Top 10 Giant Foods to Try Around the World. Food is like a magnet that brings every people around. Whether it's grilled, boiled, toasted, baked, or whatever process, no one can resist the mouth-watering aroma. All of us have our favorites, and sometimes single serving isn't enough for our cravings. Speaking of food cravings, have you ever wondered about the science behind our cravings? Well, here's an interesting fact. Before we crave for a specific food, the regions of our brain that holds our memory, reward, and pleasure experiences an imbalance of hormones. Now, this hormonal imbalance between the leptin and serotonin causes us to crave for something. But sometimes, it's not about the imbalance, it's about the mirrors. When we say mirrors, these are what we see everywhere: TV, what we hear on the radio, or someone in front of you who's eating at that moment. And as a result, we hear our tummy growling and craving for that food too. According to some experts, cravings have something to do with the nutrients that we lack in our bodies. Like for example, if our body needs calcium, we crave for milk. But don't use this as an excuse for eating too much, for that is called addiction. And we know those things are two different words with different meaning. So, how can you eat something that you crave if your only option is to have it in one serving? The answer: make it giant. Just like the restaurants around the world who spoil their customers with giant food that is so hard to resist. If you're curious enough to know where you can buy them, please stay tuned and don't switch channels. You may also want to subscribe and hit the notification bell for fresh video uploads weekly. We hope that you are in for a delicious and giant treat because today, we screened out different restaurants around the world to give you the list of top 10 giant foods to try around the world. Number 1. Giant Pizza. Most of the time, a box of pizza is not enough to feed your family during your scheduled movie nights. And admit it, sometimes you have your small voting procedure to know the flavor to order. But if you will order a pizza from Big Mamas and Papas, it might take more people to finish it. This Sicilian pizza monstrously measures 4 feet and 6 inches, that is equal to 20 pizzas. Believe it or not, this pizza can feed 30 individuals. Located in Los Angeles, California, Big Mama's and Papa's Pizzeria has been attracting customers worldwide. You can enjoy their pizza in 20 locations, and mind you, even celebrities order this too. So if you're planning to host a pizza party for your friends, this giant pizza will be apple of their eye. Number 2. Giant Burger. If you have a piece of bread with a thick patty, veggies, cheese, what will you get? A burger. Burgers has many versions. Some are made for vegetarians, some are meatless, bunless, and more. But no one saw the largest burger in the world coming in Detroit. This burger is not like the ordinary ones because, first, it weighs 1,794 pounds. Second, it took 4 years for Meili Sports Grill and Bar to figure out and produce this giant burger. Third, it's cooked with their custom-made grill. Fourth, it measures 3 feet tall and 5 feet wide, so you better have a big appetite to finish it. Curious what's inside the biggest burger in the world? Well, it has 300 pounds of cheese, 2,000 pounds of meat, loads of onions, lettuce, tomatoes, and pickles. So, if you're dreaming of spoiling yourself with a burger, this is the one. Number 3. Giant Sandwich. If you're looking for a sandwich that is good for sharing, you'll never go wrong with a giant sandwich. How about a 6-foot sandwich from a Subway? Would you eat or pass? You'll probably bring your best friends if you're planning to finish this sandwich because alone, it will take you a whole day. Enjoy the thick slice of bread oozing with meat, veggies, and all other tasty treats. You can say yum yum once it is served. The only problem is how to finish it. But the taste and aroma is enough to tell you how delicious is this monstrous sandwich. Number 4. 70mm dosa. If you can't get enough of the regular size dosas, try the monster dosa in Chutney's restaurant. Eating this South Indian pride won't make you crave this for a week because you'll probably see this on your fridge the night after in Chutneys. Why? Because it measures 70 millimeters and it's almost impossible for you to finish it alone. Well, not unless if you haven't eaten in days. They call this dish Mammoth 70mm dosa, and we don't think we can argue with that. So, for a piece of advice, bring two of your friends if you want to finish it, because if not, you may be changing its name from dusa, or a word from a dialect in the Philippines meaning suffering. Number 5. Giant hot dog. Hot dogs are a favorite meal, for it can be eaten during breakfast, tea time, quick break, lunchtime, or dinner. But how about cooking the largest hot dog in the world? Feltman's of Coney Island offers a hot dog that could sit inside the 5-foot bun. All that because it measures 2 feet wide and 5 feet long. Don't you think it should be called Long Dog? Serving this in front of you will make you think twice about eating it because it's just so big. So big that it can be shared with 30 people. Luckily, this hot dog is sold per slice, so you don't need to strategize in consuming it. Once you get your part for $10, don't forget to take a selfie and pair with your status, hot dog you do? Number 6. World's largest ice cream sandwich. When you're stressed, eat desserts. And when you're brokenhearted, eat ice cream. There's no sweet and cold treat like ice cream. Aside from it often appears on movie scenes when the lead actress eats a gallon of ice cream all by herself after a breakup, it does make someone feel better. This must be the reason why in some parts of the world, Ice Cream Day is being celebrated. But if you want to take your ice cream experience to a different level, try the world's largest ice cream sandwich from Dominique Ansel Bakery in New York City. If you are wondering why it's 8-inch ice cream that can be shared with, your 10 buddies will explain it all. Number 7. Giant cotton candy. When you were a child, you probably have asked your parents to buy you cotton candy in the street. Who wouldn't be amazed when the vendor scoops out the sweet web-like pink clouds inside the drum? For kids, it's like a magic because the vendor drops a colorful grain, then turns it into a cloud-like figure. But how about a cotton candy with the size of 3 heads? This is what you can buy in Japan and the streets of China, mostly in Chongqing. These cotton candies went viral on social media for their gigantic size. If Japan offers sweet giant clouds, China offers sweet giant flower heads that will amaze the kids. You can play the game Guess Who's Behind the Candy with the size of this cotton candy. But be careful, if you don't want to bump into something, don't eat this while walking. Number 8. Giant quesadilla. If you're craving for a meaty and chewy treat, say hello to quesadilla and you'll surely get what you need. And of course, when you hear quesadilla, we think of Mexico. You can see this food easily in Mexico because it's one of the crowd's favorite as well as the tourists. This may be the reason for other restaurants to level up their size to attract more customers. The 2 known restaurants that offer giant quesadilla is the Amperitos Machetes and Las Jirafas Huayla Mula. When it comes to size, the quesadillas from these 2 restaurants measures 45 inches. It's hard to decide which tastes better because they both offer the best quesadilla in Mexico. Maybe you can decide if you tried them both. Number 9. Giant donut or round rock donuts. After a long busy day, the best advice that your tummy can give you is, if life gives you coffee, eat donuts. And where can you get that? In Texas Round Rock Donuts, where a single serving of donut is equivalent to 12 pieces of donuts. Aside from its overwhelming size, it weighs 2 pounds, so you need to think of the best way to eat it and hold it. Your cup of hot choco will look like a miniature drink if you'll place beside the donut. So, if you habitually dip your donut to choco, better slice it first because it won't fit anyway. This is a cool place if you want to look romantic. Try bringing your special someone to this donut shop and enjoy your donut date. Choose from glazed or frosted. This donut will surely give you a sugar rush. Number 10. Giant grilled Maguro tuna head. Which part of the fish is your favorite? Head or tail? Because if you will choose the head, you better be ready with the Kurobate's special menu. This giant meal takes 4 long hours to be perfectly cooked inside a giant oven. As much as you love the fish, you'll consider sharing this giant bluefin tuna head to your buddy because eating this alone will not be an easy task. The idea behind serving this giant head was popularized by the Yoshio Oyaji Yamada, master chef and artist in Kuro Bate. According to him, tuna has no limits, so all parts go for a good purpose. So if you want to try this, visit the Mizaki port in Japan. We hope that you enjoyed our video for today. These giant foods undeniably made our mouth water. Some of you may be craving by now and looking for something to eat. Generally, they are worth sharing and shocking at the same time with their unusual size. People who invented these giant foods took several years on planning how to execute and prepare them perfectly. But with their perseverance and collective efforts, they made it possible and now being served worldwide. If you are to ask, what giant food would you like to offer your customers? Please share it with us in our comment section below. Thank you for watching. This completes our list for the top 10 giant foods to try around the world. We hope that you can join us again next time for a more exciting and informative video. Keep safe!